And we are rolling. But yeah, you said you were checking in from London. Is that correct?
Yes, we're at Prism in Kingston. We've got the first of our release shows for the album tonight.
Yeah, that has to be crazy. Like, are we thinking like 300 to 500 cap here? Or...
Yeah. I think tonight is like 600.
Oh,
Um,
wow. Okay, that's intimate.
so this will be like the biggest. It'll actually be the biggest show tonight as well. The rest of them have got
Okay.
like sort of like Leeds is a real small venue that I love called Key Club. Then we've got one in HMV in Birmingham, and they're all like little shows, but just cool to have a bit of time like chatting with people and showing our appreciation for from coming out and getting an album.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, and you said you had a signing right before this.
Yes, yeah.
What was that like?
It was actually really cool. It was the first signing that I've done that hasn't been with people. So it were like signing the people had requested albums.
Yeah.
So we were literally sat in a bit of a conveyor belt to sign that, and then we'll do another signing after the show for people that want that in
Holy
person.
smokes, dude. How do
And yeah,
you stay sane? Like, you have a signing before, you play a show, then you're doing a signing after. It's like, goodness.
oh man, this week's been one of those weeks. We put out a bundle for 100 limited edition, just handwritten lyric sheets,
Hmm.
not realizing how much that was. So I took 50, Dan took 50, and I think I've spent about 12 hours on them this week. Which writing the same thing over and over again, I don't think I've done it since college.
Yeah.
Like it's not a skill that you use anymore, and I'm like, oh my word, I can't write. But it's been interesting. But I mean, that makes these signing bits super easy.
Yeah. I mean, like, did you ever like misspell things like maybe 40 or 50 deep?
Yeah, I'm terrible with it. I'm terrible with
Yeah.
it.
Is it just me, or like with like AI and like autocorrect, like you misspell things more commonly than you did before? Like, I know how to spell this word, but since it's spit out to me like, more often than not, it's like,
Yeah, and I probably like to a degree that I wasn't aware of until I
yeah,
started doing this. So I'm like conscious. Like I had to like think and look at the word conscious to be like, oh, that's how you spell it because it had been. So I think there's a lot of that you just kind of you've probably done an approximation of a word that you kind of know how to spell, but then you'll just go into that pattern of using your hands on the keypad and a lot of stuff goes out the window, like forgetting real basic spellings. Well, I have anyway.
yeah. I mean, what'd you major in college?
I did music technology.
Okay, because I know you do production on the side, or is your main gig,
Yeah, it's kind of production.
or it
Well,
was anyways.
it was my main gig, and it's still probably like it's still got like an equal part. Like I've been super lucky to get in with like a couple of really cool publishers.
Hmm.
I write for some really good labels, and it's something that I've been building for about 8 or 9 years now, and it's getting to a point that it's. I think everything feeds into everything else as well. I love creating. I love making music and doing production music. It spans so many different genres that I'm always exposed to like just loads of music that I would probably not choose to listen to. And I think there's something in everything that you can kind of take and use as inspiration, and you learn a little bit of something with every song that you write. So I think they do feed each other. So it's kind of an even split for me. Like whenever I'm at home and not touring, I'll be full time on that.
I get the idea that you just like being busy and not really being idle at all because you're doing this. I mean, you're tapping it with me, which is a huge deal because you're doing two signings, you're playing a show, which is like a headlining set, and then you're doing this with me. It's like, when do you have time to even be by yourself? Like, you know,
Probably it'll be next weekend. I think next weekend I'll have the weekend off with it. But it's cool, man. It's I'm very lucky that the things that we're busy with are the things that I want to be busy with. So I suppose it don't feel like as much of an effort.
yeah. What do you
Um,
do when like you unplug? Like, do you play video games? Do you watch sports? Like,
uh, yeah, I love playing video games. So I'll just jump online with my friends. We're like, whatever is going on at the minute. I think at the minute we're replaying like Far Cry 4 and Dying Light.
okay,
So we're going through them some old games because I've been so busy. Like obviously before joining the band and doing the production stuff, all my time were like trying to make this a business. So I had even less time. So
Yeah,
it's cool where like downtime are like, oh, I've always wanted to play this, and it's on Game Pass, so I'm in, and we'll kind of I love playing co-op stuff, so that's a big thing. I like traveling as well,
yeah,
so that's really cool with the band. So um, yeah, I'll go on little trips with my girlfriend or with my friends, depending on what's going on. And
for
golf,
sure.
of all things, mate. I love golf. I'm shit at it, but I love golf.
How difficult was it for you to kind of like scale back your production stuff to be in the band?
Um, for the most part, I've tried not to scale it back. Um, when I think the longer that you do something, I suppose, like I'm way more familiar with like the standards of what you need in production music, and like, you know, in a lot of ways how to manufacture inspiration to write, because it is very much to a brief, and you're given like references, and you're given like an idea of what to do and what not to do, and your kind of goal is to please the client, and they want to use that for whatever advert they're doing or whatever, then that's the kind of goal in it. So I found that to get something over the line, or to get to a point where it's been taken, it takes less and less time. So I can use my
Yeah,
time more efficiently. Um, but certainly, like we did like US last month, and uh, I had to basically just say, with all the driving, the press we were doing, the shows, it's like this is going to have to be a month off.
yeah.
So I think it's always trying to readjust and find a balance with stuff.
Financially speaking, is that stressful at all? Like just having to like pull back for even that month where it's like, ooh,
It's not too bad, like finance
okay,
wise costs. It's more future finance wise, because a lot of the stuff that I do is not paid up front, so it works
okay,
on royalties, back end stuff. So if I'm not making money, that's cool, because I'm probably earning off something that I wrote a couple of years ago. But that means that me in 1 year or 2 years is not going to have a track submitted. So it's potentially got a knock on effect, which I think is part of the reason that I want to kind of stay as prolific as possible with the production stuff when we're back.
totally. Has there been like an advert or something else that's really, really paid the bills where maybe you didn't expect it to, or
Yeah, yeah. There's been a few saviors, to be fair. Um, when I first started, me and my friend who I do a lot of the writing with, a producer called Mannequin. He's a great guy, sick producer, and we got a couple. The first two tracks that we subbed for Sky TV ended
yeah,
up landing a couple of sports promos. So that was like a real good door opener, that, a year down the line you end up getting a nice little pay from the usage of it. Um, and there's been quite a few. There's been quite a few like that, kind of when I've needed it, almost like it's a bit of a sign, like you're doing it, you're on the right path, keep going, like a nice unexpected thing. Um, but for a lot of it, it's we don't actually know. Like it's very rare that we actually find out where it's being used.
mm,
So we'll just get our statements, and then we'll be able to look like the territories and what kind of show it is. But occasionally you'll catch it on an advert, or doing something, which is cool. But yeah, there's been a few, kind of like, mainly the Sky promos are the ones that are easiest to see.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, a few times, mate, a few times.
But yeah, man, you're so busy and there's like a lot of work to do what you do. And it's impressive because you guys are a super tight live band. Like everything is dialed in at such an elite level, including your vocals. Like, can you walk through what you guys do to make sure everything is like top notch and fans can really get their money's worth?
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, we try to take a lot of care, especially like with the sound. Um, our sound guy is amazing. Like he is a big part of the reason that we sound so good live, outside of like us knowing our parts. But we're all super careful. Like it's really important to us that when somebody comes to see us, we sound like we should sound. Like
Yeah.
obviously sometimes there's things out of your control. Like I've lost my voice at a festival before because I've not been well, or whatever. But like, we're pre-show. We've all got our rituals.
Hmm.
Um, everybody warms up. Um, like pre-show, like it's a very kind of, yeah. I don't know. I think it's the fact that we love it, and um, we just spend a lot of time practicing and warming up before we get to tour. Like I'll spend a couple of weeks pre-tour just running the set and just getting my voice into like tour fitness, because
Mhm.
it's definitely like a muscle memory thing, and it takes a little while to get into it. But when it sits in that pocket, it's like, oh, nice, it's working like it should now.
Do you work out off the road or?
Yeah, I try to. I don't always. There's not always a lot of use for that particular type of vocal with the production stuff. But like I'll try to make sure like every couple of weeks I'm singing. I've got my friend's got a wedding band that when I'm back he's like, oh, do you want to come and do this? So I come and sing for that, and that keeps me like a couple of nights a week, keeps me singing and like keeps the kind of muscle memory up for having like stamina with my voice.
Yeah,
Um,
even like running though. I mean, running, lifting, like
oh, my apologies, mate. I completely
uh
misunderstood that.
it's all
Um,
good.
yeah, I love going to gym. That's my main one really. So I'll try to go like 4 times a week and just lift as heavy as I can without hurting
Yeah.
myself. Um, but he's like a real mental clarity to working out.
Well, even like with performing, it's like it takes so much stamina to like go for an hour, even like half an hour. Like your heart rate goes so high, it's like, oh my god, like you're probably
Yeah.
just a mess walking off stage.
Oh mate, I do love it though. Like we end up like on a month tour and I come back like 3 kilograms lighter. I definitely don't mind that.
Do you eat like a certain way on the road or?
I just try to be um, as sensible as I possibly can without limiting myself. Because depending where we are, it's like we spend a
Yeah.
month in America. There is so much stuff that I want to try. So within reason, like I'm not going to limit myself while I'm out there.
Yeah, because I mean,
Um,
if you're losing 3 kilograms, like being out on the road, that's a lot of weight for being out like a short time like that.
yeah. I think it's the like you said, like the fitness, like the cardio being on stage. Like I do a lot
Yeah,
of walking, but I don't do a lot of
yeah,
running. So like jumping up and down and just kind of like you said, jacking your heart rate up for like an hour and 15 minutes, 5 or 6 times a week, as well as we'll go to gym in between that, and we'll be probably doing 15, 20,000 steps walking around, seeing the places that we are in the day, and maybe just eating twice, like depending what
yeah,
what's going on with the schedule. It kind of puts you into this. At least I found it put me into this like really healthy routine for fitness, kind of unwittingly. It just works like that.
yeah. I mean, God, has there been any sort of like food items or like places that you have been itching to go to in the States where either you've gone, it's like this is totally paid off, or you haven't gone yet, or
Say that again, sorry, mate. There were noise in the
okay,
background then.
no, it's all good. So has there been any places or like food items in the States that you've really been itching to try or have tried that recently where it's like, ooh, this was worth it?
Oh man, I've still not tried In and Out.
Oh,
Like I've
dude,
still not tried In and Out. Like it passes me by every time, and I don't want
yeah,
it to, but it's always passed me by. So far, I will get there.
yeah, it's great. The fries can be, whatever. It's not that impressive, but the burgers themselves, like they're fantastic.
Is it true that there's like a secret menu that if you ask for certain things, they'll give you
Yeah,
like what's can I get the inside scoop on this? Because I can't
yeah.
remember
So
it.
like, oops, my bad. Um, like if you, oh, hold on. Yeah, you're coming in way louder now. Perfect.
Oh, very strange.
Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Yeah, if you get fries, you can get like the sauce on it. They call it animal style.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they have all sorts of variations. You can do like 3x3, which is like 3 patties and 3 slices of cheese, a 4x4, 5x5.
I mean, I really want a 5x5. This is making me hungry, mate. It's
Yeah,
making me
man.
hungry.
Have you ever gone on YouTube and like just gotten lost on like eating challenges?
Dude, Beard Meats Food, can't stop watching him.
Yeah, yeah,
It's so local to me as well. It's like 30
yeah.
minutes away. What a dude.
I feel like he's a big fan of like this kind of like metalcore scene.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I get to bump into him one day. So,
Yeah,
so I can just have a chat with him because it seems like just super down to earth. I can't believe how jacked he is for a competitive eater as well. Like, he looks after himself.
Yeah, he I mean, because he eats like one massive meal on one day of the week, and then he like tapers down the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
he's got it dialed in.
I don't know like who your UK publicist is, but we can definitely set that up where it's like you do a video with him, and then you get people coming in meet and greets like, oh, I found out about your band through Beer Meets Food. That's great.
Mate, I would love that. I'd love that.
Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully we'll get to bump in at some point. Anyway, it might be at Slam Dunk next week. Who knows?
yeah, man.
I'm
Speaking about
excited.
Slam Dunk, uh, is that true that like that was one of your very first shows with the band?
That was my first show with a band.
No.
Yeah.
Because like I can't imagine like what that would be like where, oh my god, what is gonna go down? Because like that's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, and as like as a first, as a first show, I feel like myself and Ed got like a trial by fire. Like, if it were gonna work, it were gonna work, and if it wasn't, it was not gonna work hard.
Yeah,
So,
because
go on, man.
you didn't know the guys that well at that point, did you? Like,
Just awesome. Just guitarist Kristen. He was
yeah.
the
So
only.
like,
He was the only one that I knew.
how long would you say it took for kind of the chemistry to come together? Because like I said, you guys are very, very musically tight, and everything's kind of dialed in. But like, how long do you felt like it took to get to that point?
Um, After probably after we recorded the Seventh Son,
Okay.
because we had a full month together, just
Yeah.
writing, creating, having beers in the evening, going out for food, like just like real time together, to kind of feel each other out creatively. Um, and and after that, we did the ABR tour.
Yeah.
Or that before, I can't remember. But it was the ABR tour, and it was the recording at Seventh Son. I feel like they were the two solidifying things that were like, yeah, we're in now. It's like it's kind of time served, and you kind of just get each other, and you get like um, you get a feel for like how things work, and when somebody's having a good time, when somebody's having not such a good time, like you know just dialing things in musically.
Yeah, I mean, so at this point, I mean, you guys are already 8 albums deep. This is your second with the band. Does it feel like you're kind of in the groove now, in the rhythm, or?
Yeah, and it feels like it's exciting, and kind of it's an inspired place at the minute, and we're already talking about what we're going to do next, and we're feeling ready to kind of start looking at what that looks like, which is it's a great place to be, and obviously it probably sounds quite sudden after, but like we finished the mixing and mastering months ago, so it's like seeing the kind of fruits of it, and it's
Mm-hmm.
released, and we put a lot of love into the album, so it's really cool to see people enjoying it like they are, and that in itself is a motivating and inspiring thing to be like, all right, let's go, like
Yeah.
let's up it again. Like, how can we make something even better?
Yeah, and people not only are super pumped on the album itself, but like they're pumped on you in particular too, where like, man, he is such a good fit for this band. Like he fits right in. And he really has elevated the band to a new level.
That's super sick, man. Thank you. That's very nice to hear. I try to actively, I'll see stuff on Instagram every now and again, but
Yeah.
I try to actively avoid comments because I'm going to gravitate to them negative ones.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't that tough? Like, I mean, I had to ask because like I would be prone to looking online and seeing everything that's coming through the pipe. Like, for me, I'm just too anxious not to. Like, I see
Yeah,
everything.
yeah. It's not my. I heard it on a podcast, and I can't remember which podcast it was on, but it was something they were talking about reading comments, and they were like, if you read the bad ones, it kind of puts you down, and it'll make you feel like lower than you should. But
Yeah.
if you read the good ones, that potentially pumps you up beyond what maybe you should be as a baseline. So I'm like, if you're just kind of doing the thing that you love, and you keep being able to do that thing, I think it keeps you in the spot where like you're doing the right things for the right reasons. There's not too much ego. There's not too little ego. It's kind of just it keeps you in a good creative spot, and I like that. Whether or not that's like totally applicable or not to everybody, I don't know. But for me, it was like, yeah, it reinforced not checking the comments as much as
Totally.
possible. I definitely fail sometimes, but I try.
Yeah,
Try
which is okay.
to.
I mean, don't we all? Like it's kind of it's a universal experience where yeah, I mean, comments can be helpful where it's like, "Ooh, I really wish this was different." Like even for like myself, like, "Ooh, I wish the audio mix was a little bit different so I can hear better." Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah,
fair point. But even things like oh, I don't know, like I think results ultimately matter where it's like are people coming out to the show? Are they getting excited? Are they buying merch? Like that's what really matters in the end.
yeah, 100%, 100%, and we're super lucky that we get to do shows like this where we can spend time and we can talk to people face to face and have
Yeah.
like real honest interactions with them. Which is like it's beautiful what the internet's done for like the reached people and commenting and all this, but like there's no tone of voice in words, so it's nice to be able to speak to people and connect with people face to face.
Yeah, I mean, goodness, I has there been any sort of like reaction from the album that people have given where it's like, "Ooh, I never saw this coming," or "I am surprised you've connected with this song in this way," or
Um, I'm not sure. I don't think so far. It's cool to see that. I think Yokai has been like a real fan favorite based on like people
yeah,
like posting about it and all that, which is really cool because I love that song. Like
yeah,
that's like a. It feels like a partner to villain arc almost with a heaviness. Uh, but yeah, just the vibe of it and everything is really cool. That music that's coming in isn't super loud for you, is it? They've just it's
the
pretty loud.
volume is great right now.
Oh, that's cool. They've just started playing music through stereo because we're in the actual venue.
Ah,
So
yeah, I get that.
as long as you can hear all right, that's the main thing. I can hear you.
Yeah, that's great. But yeah, speaking of being in venues, I mean, like, what is your favorite song to play off the record right now?
Um, it's probably a tie between "Let Go" and "What If I Burn."
Yeah,
Like "Let Go" was like had a real like cool reaction through states, and that were a lot of fun. That were a lot of fun to do. Um, and what if I burn is quite a difficult song for me to sing, but I really enjoy singing it, and I like the chance to do like a little bit of screaming in it. It's like I get to do a little bit of everything in there. So if I'm having a good night, then that's a lot of fun to do.
yeah. So when you create a set list, like, how does that kind of process go? Is it like a collaborative effort, or does Dan take a lot of that responsibility? Or
We try to have like as much ebb and flow as we can, and like mixing like new stuff with fan favorites and older singles. Try and just serve as many of the albums as we can, and make sure that each time people come out, they're seeing some different stuff, some of the favorite stuff that they want to see.
yeah,
Um, and then there's some other factors like depending. We've got a few guitar changes, so in
yeah,
certain in certain instances, if it works with the ebb and flow of the set, and also we can keep like the same guitars for a few tunes that helps. But we're kind of building gaps and like little pieces to if we need to do changes and stuff like that. So that's definitely like not like a primary focus, but it's
yeah, for
that
sure.
is a factor.
Yeah, I mean, like, do you have a pretty heavy part of the overall like production of the set where like there's like direct inputs and whatnot?
Yeah. We'll kind of one of us will normally put in a suggested set, and we'll use that as a baseline, and then we'll move stuff about and sort of say, oh, what about this here? What about that? I've thought about doing this song that we've not done before, and just try and just try and build. Yeah, one person will put it in, and then we'll just edit and just get it to what we feel is right and something that everybody's happy with.
Yeah, I mean, has there been any songs that you personally didn't have a hand in creating that you're like, ooh, I would really love to play that because like, just how much of a banger it was, like Lionheart, for example. Like that's a really old one.
Yeah,
Um,
we got to do that one. I love singing that
yeah,
song. I love singing that song. That's a lot. That's a lot of fun.
yeah, and thankfully you have the chops to like. I mean, that's a high register to hit.
Yeah. I think I'm definitely. It makes it helpful that I'm a natural tenor, so I'm a little bit. My voice
Yeah.
sits a bit higher naturally anyway. Uh, so yeah, that one for me just sits perfectly. Like it's a really nice kind of belting range for me.
Is there any of those like you would like to add into the set that you haven't played yet, or
Ooh, new from old stuff.
anything?
Oh, mate, that's a really good question. Um, I remember when we first started, I learned most of Cannibal, and there were quite a few on that. It were like Gods and Machines were a lot of fun. That would have been a good one to do.
Yeah.
Uh, and I probably No Less Violent would be a lot of fun as well. I'd love to do that one. For newer stuff, Wasteland. I think that'd be. I'd love to see that one live. And probably Yokai as well.
Okay. Yeah. I agree. I think that would be nice because you guys are playing about an hour on a headliner. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it'll be on this one tonight. We'll probably do it best part of an hour. When we're out later in the year, it's probably close to 90 minutes, I think.
Oh damn. Okay, because I had to ask. Like, I know that you guys were just here in the states with While She Sleeps, but you didn't hit a lot of places. So, kind of like, when can we expect you back here? Like, probably early next year, or
As soon as we can get back, man. We'll be
yeah,
back as soon as we can get back. It's sick to be out there, and I feel like we're just kind of trying to find that momentum. And I think the only way that we get that is by coming back and getting out in front of more people.
yeah. But at the same time, it's like you have so much going on with you're going out with Callboy in the later half of this year and into next year, and those
Yeah,
are huge, huge shows.
I'll wait. We cannot wait for it.
Yeah,
We're super excited.
yeah, and you get like what, like a 45 minute.
I think yeah. I imagine it'll be 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's gonna be insane. Like, things like Burn and whatnot, those are gonna pop off with those big arenas.
Fingers crossed, man.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to having. I mean, it's essentially like playing a festival every night.
yeah,
Like, which it's we love those guys, and
because
we
you've
are
been out with them
excited.
before. Yeah,
Sorry.
you've been out with them before.
Yeah, we were in America. We're pretty recently with them. We did like a real short run. I think it was like 6 or 7 dates.
Okay.
But that were great. Um, and yeah, so then to be able to have like the full month out with them, and then a few in January as well is yeah, we're very very appreciative, and they're insane. Like they're such a good band. Like some of the coolest guys I've ever met, and they're just a pleasure to be on the road with.
Would you prefer to come back here on a headliner or do a direct support slot?
I think support. Like
Okay.
I think to come back and with it's just the opportunity I think to get in front of more new faces. Like the support that we've had coming out on the headliners and when we came out with Sleeps was amazing. And something, but I think to have that opportunity to come out and be exposed to a fan base of people who are into a similar type of music, and just try and convert a few people, and yeah, just get in front of some new faces.
So basically, just we're gonna fantasy book an August Burns Red tour and just run that back.
Oh, be in.
Yeah,
That'd be so
done.
sick.
I love that though. So yeah, eighth album, Will You Haunt Me with That Same Patience? That's an incredible milestone because I mean, a lot of bands never hit past three, and then they don't. I mean, the band's been around for 20 years, which is absolutely surreal to think about.
Yeah.
Um, when was your first exposure to the band?
Um. Well, in one of my local bands in Barnsley where I live, we were actually on the same bill in 2009,
Oh my god.
of all things. And then when Dawson joined in 2014, 2015, we've been friends since then. So I was more exposed to them from that point. Um, and yeah, so I've known the name for a long time,
Yeah.
and I've listened to them for quite a long time as well. So it's very very surreal to be in this position.
Yeah, so you're pretty much as day one as you can get, really.
Yeah, yeah. I've definitely known about him for a long time.
Um, I guess, can you tell me where you were at personally when you went to go write the material for The Seventh Son, and then now contrasting where you are now?
Oh wow. Um, yeah, probably just um, far more like free and open, and not in a way to not in a way that I was ever made to feel like I wasn't. But you know, I can't. This joining the band was quite a big kind of level change up for me and for Ed as well, I suppose. And you know, Seven Son were like putting ideas in, working, getting to know each other, like um, and being really involved and like you know encouraged to participate. And we were even six people. Do you know what I mean? Even seven. Well, we Dan Weller, who's another legend. Um, to just create and to be creative, and every idea is heard, and you know there's no right or wrong idea. There's just like what is best for the song.
Yeah, I mean,
And kind. Go on, mate. Sorry.
no, no, go ahead.
And yeah, so kind of going from that, and then do you know going out and like playing the songs live and seeing like, oh, this is my favorite song. I love this, and you know, doing Majesty on the last couple of tours that we've done has been really cool. Um, to then like while we were doing that, starting the next album, just kind of knowing each other a lot better, and uh, you know, being able to take any idea and probably taking ideas that I might have been like, "Oh, I'm not sure if I should do that. Whereas
Mhm.
the less confident version of me wouldn't have done that. But yeah, just a real good space to be in to, you know, express yourself um, authentically and just try to get the best songs that you can.
And I love that. It's like, is the added authenticity and expression and confidence like your favorite part about writing and recording this album, or is there another kind of angle that you would take?
Um, yeah, I think I love that moment when you have an idea and you're like, shit, yes,
Yeah.
that's the that whatever that moment is. And then when you're writing an album, you get to have that with the same idea several times. So you get it when it's created. Um, like you take it to the guys and you'll kind of start to build a demo, and then it'll become a thing, and you're like, wow, that's that thing, and it's now becoming a song. And then you pull it apart in pre-production, you put it back together, and then you record it, and then once you've tracked it, you end up coming back into studio when it's been edited and they're starting to mix it, and then you see it step up, and it's just like another like element of the magic as it's kind of building. So I love that point of creation, and then watching that develop into something that's complete.
Yeah. And just like the idea of it connecting with fans. I mean, because, musically speaking, it's a very heavy album for most of it, but lyrically, it's also super heavy.
Yeah, yeah, it's the kind of connection with fans is always gonna blow my mind. The fact that it that it does resonate with people, and you know we have chats, and you know they'll talk about how it helps them through hard times, and it's you know
Mhm.
something that they put on to as almost like a catharsis.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
and you know in a lot of ways that's what it is for us as well. Like in the creation and the expression of it is you kind of afforded a really amazing opportunity, really, that we get to sit and we get to think about this stuff, and we get to put it on paper and then create it, and it goes out there, and that's like a catharsis of its own. So then to see it received at the other end in a similar ways, it's amazing.
Yeah, because I mean, a track like "What If I Burn" is, again, one of my favorites off the album, but it's the idea of kind of just grabbing onto hope and going for something. Is just kind of, it's so anthemic, and I think
Yeah,
it's really important for people to hear.
100%. That's beautiful. I'm very glad that it comes across like that as well. So it's you know it's yeah. I mean, I feel like you nailed it. I feel like you nailed it.
But you have like similar tracks too. Like you have like a song like "Waiting," where it's this idea of killing off a part of yourself that isn't serving you anymore, and then being something, you're rising to it, you're becoming much more positive and productive. I mean, that's also kind of an important idea as well.
mate, 100%, 100%. Yeah, like I've literally like I'm a bit not like what's the word, a bit speechless with it. That's a really nice way of phrasing it, and I love that, and thank you. I'm glad that it agrees with me.
Can you talk me kind of through how Found No Throne came together? It's, you know, one of the more slower tracks on the album, but it's one that you take most of the spotlight for vocally.
Yeah, that was just. I find myself not picking up my guitar very much,
Mm-hmm.
just like my acoustic guitar. So I just picked it up one day and kind of just wrote that chorus. Um, and I wrote with like nothing in mind almost. But I've been kind of reading a lot of stuff and just finding myself trying not to be as connected constantly with
Mm-hmm.
social media and the negativity that can surround that. Um, so yeah, I just sat with a guitar and just mumbled some melodies and then um, and ended up just finding like almost like a fully acoustic track
Mm-hmm.
uh, that I just took into Logic and just started making some atmospheres and like just um, building a track around it. And I just sent it to lads, just been like, "Oh, I've wrote this," and they were like, "That's really good. Like, we should do something with that."
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again,
But
it's not musically a super heavy track, but
no,
lyrically, I mean, goodness gracious, like there's that line that really stuck out where it's like, you know, we grab at roses like they have no thorns, and it's just like, damn, like
yeah, that was that.
why am I like this? Like I do these things and they're not productive, they're not helpful, but I still am prone to doing them anyways.
Absolutely, that one is all Daniel.
Oh,
That is all
okay.
Daniel. Yeah,
Shout
but
out to him.
that was super sick to get him doing the verse as well, and then doing the harmonies under the pre-chorus. And the dude's got a sick voice and a lot of range. And it lyrically, like his phrasing, he like the cadences, the melodies, like he's a very talented dude. So it's nice to see that thing coming out as well. And yeah, it's a great line.
Yeah. You know, I gotta ask you, what was it like working with Carl Bone?
Amazing, man. I feel like I've known him my entire life. He's just like he's such a good energy to be in the studio with. And he's only like about 45 minutes away from us.
Oh wow.
So I go down when we're like retracking sessions or doing whatever. And, I do production stuff as well. So like would lose an hour just talking about, you know, I don't know what, like we're doing some vocals and then we'll just end up chatting about 20 different things.
Mhm.
But I think that that's also a really important thing to have that comfortability and that just a good atmosphere. Like it seems to breed a good type of creativity. But he's always calm. Nothing's too much effort. He's a seventh member. He wants the record to be as good as it can. And his quality control for takes and for sounds and for mixing is like second to none.
Yeah, did he push you guys in a particular way, like to really flesh out this album, make it the best it could be?
Yeah, definitely, and especially like when we were doing vocal parts, is like that. Maybe kind of we do it again. You know what I mean? I think I came back 3, 4, 5 times for some of the choruses because I'm like, we can get this better. So it's like the guitar tones, like we'd arrived and he'd already dialed in 80% of a guitar tone, and then we just spend time getting it absolutely correct. Like it's everything is um, there's no compromise on sound quality or delivery. So that's a real cool thing, and I think it shows in the sound of the record. It sounds like sonically unbelievable.
Oh yeah. I can't imagine what it would be like to be him right now because he is probably on the moon right now with how May has played out where, you know, Sleep Token's new album came out last week, I believe, and
Yes,
then
yeah,
this album dropped yesterday. And so for him it's like cool, I get to see the reaction to all of his hard work.
yeah, man, and he deserves it. that boy's a grafter. Like, he works hard. He works hard and he loves it. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, you guys are going to have more of a priority with him in the future, given, that you did your work on this one.
Oh, mate, we'd love to work with him again. Like,
because, I mean, he's going to
100%.
be in heavy demand moving forward.
Yeah, as he should be.
Yeah.
He deserves all the success in the world, man. But we'd love to work with him again.
I guess for someone who is listening to the album for the very first time, what do you hope they take away from that experience?
I hope they take away a sense of hopefulness.
Mm-hmm.
A sense of, like, life is all things, there's balance. So there is hope and there's like despair. There's like there's a yin and a yang. That there's in whatever you're feeling in life, the stuff that makes you feel on your own, like you are not on your own. Like everybody has this human experience, and more I feel like you don't always see the reality of a situation or the reality of what somebody's going through. And even though you might feel like you're on your own, you most definitely are not.
I love that. Give me some of the best ways that everyone can kind of plug in and support the band. Is there a particular spot for merch that you would direct us to here in the States or UK? Or
if you want to drop on our website or through Instagram socials, everything's linked at the bottom. We've got our store, which has got like a bunch of links if you want to get the album or you want to get merch in different, like, for all territories. There'll be links like within there. Insta's a good one if everybody's got that, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, because the time is now. It's like, if you want to support, like, now is the time to do that.
It means the world.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys deserve it. Like, I want you and everyone else to have those numbers just ran up. So,
bless you, man. Thank you.
Man, you got fast food to buy, man.
I got a 5x5.
Yeah, man. And then so yeah, you guys are wildly busy. I mean, you're taking kind of a, I don't know, break in the summertime, I believe, and then hitting it really hard in the fall.
Yeah, and then lots to look forward to next year as well.
So yeah, you're pretty much on the road up until 2027. Is that right? Or
we're getting there. We're getting stuff finalised, but I'm sure we'll be posting about it once it's all confirmed.
Yeah, is that the longest stretch of touring that you have been a part of since you've been in the band, or?
Probably next year. I think.
Yeah.
May end up being like that. But we're about to embark on the first summer off since me and Ed joined. So
okay,
that'll be an interest. That'll be a good creative space to be in.
What are you looking forward to the most from just kind of having that time off?
I'm gonna go on a holiday with my girlfriend. I'm gonna see my family a lot. Gonna finish fixing my house up.
Let's go.
And then gonna write lots of music. So it'll be nice. Looking forward to it. And then it's so cool to have then the call boy stuff to look forward to at the end of the year. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's in sight and it's there. So it's going to be a good year, man.
Dude, I am wishing you the most fun possible. I mean, it's going to be one hell of a ride. Kind of before we clock out here, is there anything that we didn't cover or flesh out fully that you really would like to talk more about, or?
Oh man, I think we're good, and to be honest, it's perfect because the doors have just opened.
Love it, man. Doors are open. I mean, you're on in like what, an hour and a half, or
1 hour?
Oh, well, dude, we had probably wrap this up then, because you got to stretch, you got to get your stuff warmed up and rip it. It's like what, 7 o'clock in London right now?
Exactly 7, mate. Exactly 7.
Woo! Yeah, it is 11:01 in the morning here on the West Coast. So.
Oh, nice.
My man, hey, I appreciate the time to hang out. I know it was kind of a hectic schedule for you, and I am super fortunate and blessed. So,
dude,
yeah,
thank you for chatting. Thank you for waiting. I'm sorry that I was late.
Of course, anytime, man. I appreciate you. Congrats on the album. Congrats on all the success over the last, year or so. And here's to the new year.
My man, appreciate you. Thank you so much, dude.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.